In this section, we're going to learn a bit about some formatting tags that are built into HTML. In general, most of our formatting will come from our cascading style sheets. We used to do a lot of formatting with HTML before cascading style sheets existed. That is not the case anymore. There are some tags that you can use to designate sections for special formatting. Let's take a look at one of those now. I am going to start out with the EM tag. Let's go to our page here. Collapse my page down here a little bit. Notice the lines break regardless of where the lines break over here. The lines break with the size of the web browser. So if I'm looking at it on a phone, my page looks like that. If I'm looking at it on my computer spread out, it looks like that. Where we break our lines in our paragraphs makes no difference. So let's go over here and let's go to, I'm going to go where it says Army, and I'm going to put EM, which is short for emphasis. Now, I like the way it did that. I think there's a way to automatically make that surround things. And then there's my /EM. That says anything between the EM tag should be emphasized. I'm going to save that, come over here and refresh. And you can see that it emphasized it by making it italics. Okay, so the default formatting, if you use EM, the default is italics, but we are going to have the ability later on, if we want our emphasized text to be bright pink with a yellow polka dot background, we can say EM tags automatically designate this text as being bright pink with yellow polka dot backgrounds. By default, EM means italic. Now, I want to point something out. There used to be tags that were I for italic built into HTML. And if I refresh over here, you can see they still work. However, they have been deprecated. If you're not familiar with that term, deprecated means that the people who manage the language and set the standards for the language have said these tags should no longer be used because there's a better way to do it. And we're replacing them with something else. That doesn't mean you won't see them in old code. So they don't just disable them. They mark them as deprecated, meaning anything that's written new or any updates you make, you should use the newer versions. And that is EM. With the italic tag, it always had to be italic, right? Because we said italic, but the name of it said, hey, this is what it's going to be. Emphasis, EM, gives us the ability to redefine it however we want. We can still keep a default of italic, but we have the ability to redefine it later. So don't use italics. Don't use I ever, because it has been deprecated for years and nobody should be writing code using the italic tag. Use EM instead. Now the other tag I want to talk about is the strong tag. Let's replace my EM here with strong. And I'm going to go over here in my closing tag. It'll be /strong. I'll save that and refresh it. And you can see now United States Army appears bold. And guess what? Just like the EM tag, there used to be an italics tag that people used for that. Strong tag has replaced the bold tag. So the bold tag was a B and a /B. But again, bold has been deprecated. If you want to make something bold, do it with strong, because later on you might want to say strong is not only bold, but it's also a double-sized font, or maybe it's a bright purple font, or whatever. We can redefine it. But bold, if we redefine it to mean something besides bold, it really doesn't make sense, which is why it was deprecated. They're trying to get better names for things, and we'll be talking about that more in a couple videos from now when I talk about semantic web. So Use EM or strong if you need to format something. Do not use italic or bold. Use EM or strong.